Merry Christmas, Bleeders. This is Sean Perry here. Thank you very much for enjoying Indie Spotlight the past year. It's been a great privilege for me to write about such awesome individuals who take the reins and make it happen, doing self-published work and some of the best comics out there, in my opinion. Today I'm going to go over a few new ones and talk about some of my favorites as I gear. All right, first up is The Hero Business by Bill Wacko. I covered the first issue last week, and it's all about a PR agency that covers superheroes, and it's done kind of tongue-in-cheek, so you're kind of getting the vibe of someone commenting on the inner workings of a DC or a Marvel, how they sometimes have to kind of change things at the last minute, make origins a little convoluted as movies come out, and character evolutions have to be regressed so that they fit better with the character that mainstream audiences are being treated to now. All that sort of stuff. It's interesting, for sure. It's kind of all the fun of the creative element of writing and the fun of being a fanboy thrown together. And this is definitely a fanboy. I've met Bill, and he's a very well-spoken, intelligent individual that has a lot of passion for this, and he's a great artist, too. He does all the art himself. It's a little cartoony, but it really fits the tone, and it's just pure. And this second issue is really fun. It's where they have to rebrand one of the main characters, Bravado, just a superhero that's kind of lost touch with his main core audience, and they try to make him tough as nails, and he doesn't know how to do that. There's a great little conversation with the new director, what have you, just kind of what you'd imagine Brett Ratner talking at 4X3, like, oh, that's not my origin. Doesn't matter. Well, that's not who I am. Well, we'll change that. Well, I'm not really brooding and psychotic. Well, you can become that. It's fun. It's, again, a great commentary about, what goes into creating comics and creating superheroes, and all the nerd rage comes out in a very unique element, because this is, again, a universe populated by superheroes. One of the main characters is a supervillain that's joined their team and, kind of helps them develop different medicines, like, for the hero that can no longer get his powers up, so to speak, like if Cyclops' optic beam was kind of wavering and he needed a little Viagra, so to speak. He's got him hooked up. So yeah, Bill Wacko, Hero Business, a great pick. Highly recommend the second issue and the first, and you can also check them out online. There'll be a link on the site, so you can get your fix all the time. There's an ongoing story, but it's a very fun little strip as well in the internet format, so highly recommend it.
What's up, dude? Hey, how's it going? So today I'm in Hartford Library, and we're doing a special spotlight on graphic novels, so I'm sharing my own creation, which is called The Hero Business. It's about a marketing agency that caters to superheroes and their super egos, because as everyone knows, with great power comes great marketability. So it's sort of about a marketing agency that caters to superheroes as if they're spoiled celebrities. So picture somebody that takes care of things like when they die and come back to life, this is a company that handles the paperwork. When somebody's sidekick leaves yet again, they audition for new sidekicks. And when there's time for superheroes to team up, they kind of handle the negotiations. So it's a very humorous take on superheroes. It's sort of like a superhero sitcom. So if you like things like The Office meets Incredibles, it would be up your alley.
It's Jerome Walford's Nowhere Man. This is book 2. We reviewed book 1 a couple weeks back. Story about a guy with superpowers named Jack McGuire. We still don't know exactly how he got his powers, but basically he becomes possessed with a being who has his own agenda, who has superpowers, but he's been able to figure out that and use the powers as he needs to throughout the day. He's genuinely just a really good cop, and he's got a great girlfriend, Rose Yancey, another great cop. The two are, really well-written characters, and for the most part, he's on the side of the angels, and he's just caught up into this little cybernetic superhuman soldier thingy, and we haven't really figured out how he's going to get out of it or what his role in the origin story is, but so far there's a lot of cop drama going on, and he's been kicking ass, and the art is gorgeous. Holy crap, man. I commented when I first met Walford at New York Comic Con that, I was always a hyper-realism type guy, Brian Hitch. How can you beat, that sort of style of comic book? Because we're always looking at the supernatural ridiculous in comics to see someone who does the painstaking architecture and things and puts the superhero stuff in there too. It plays with our expectations. It just makes it special, and he really goes for it. And it's no wonder he was nominated for the awards, the GLAAD Awards, and he won Best Character with Jack. So it's a great story. It's well written, and it's a lot of fun. I really buy both Rose and Jack as heroes, and I'm enjoying figuring out what's going on. I've read ahead a little bit, so I'm really hungry to see what happens next. But in book 2, it's just a great continuation of book 1. The relationship deepens. We see how the superpowers are sort of driving the drama for Jack, as well as pushing Rose away. You also see how the precinct looks at Jack, where some of his other problems are coming, and definitely see where the odds are stacked against him, but also it's a great way to cheer for him. You get to find who he is. He's a nice guy. I mean, both Rose and Jack are really nice people, very cool people, very cool cops, caught up in a situation with almost exclusively bad people, although the precinct does have some good people in it too. It's just I don't know. It's a great drama. It really is, and it really asks for more. So I'm going to leave it at that. But definitely pick it up if you're looking for some beautiful artwork and a great realistic story about superhuman activity, not superheroes. Although you probably could use that. Metahuman heroes better. Taking place in the fabric of Manhattan, written by a guy who's from there, who's a very intelligent and talented artist. So. Top of the morning to all y'all in Brooklyn, and hit that shit up.
Me and Victor earlier, Nowhere Man is a lot about technology and crime and kind of a unique timeline, a unique future of superheroes.
That's right. One thing that we wanted to do was tell a story that was quite believable because it uses high-tech technology to enable someone to become an amazing superhero.
Do you think that is, in a way, kind of cooler than this whole, like, you know, you get bitten by a radioactive whatever, you're a mutant? Like, I think that it's possible that we could have, you know, genetic things happen that we could create superheroes. So kudos to you. And can you speak to a little bit more of the science? Like, what's the big jump where it's like one day, you know, I can leap a tall building thanks to these super boots? Or is it like a science government, like, war counterterrorism thing?
Exactly. So the story is really about what happens when the military develops really advanced technology to battle all kinds of potential threats to our lives, but then it falls into the wrong hands. And when it falls into the hands of a cop based in New York City, he could potentially use it to become the greatest superhero of all time, but at what cost?
All right, so in Indy Spotlight, we always like to cover, you know, individuals who have gone the extra mile of being a fan and created their vision. Sometimes they do it all on their own, like Walford and like Waco, and sometimes, you know, they do it in groups, and that's the case with something that has been covered here on the site before, but I just had to bring it up. It's called Squarriors, and it's done by Ashley Witter and Ash Maxo, and it's a little bit of Watership Down, a little bit of the Warriors, and all fun. It's got beautiful artwork of a society that seems to have lost, become apocalyptic in the sense that people are no longer involved, or they're just huddled masses in bomb shelters. But the animals are still alive, and the world still seems organic and living, and the animals are sentient. They're shown to us be sentient, but I don't think it's like Watership Down where everything is exactly as it is. I think the animals have become more evolved since the fall of humans. They're using tools. They're in clans. They have interspecies relationships in terms of how they set up the clans. And it's again, it is kind of like the Warriors, but if they were squirrels, foxes, and cats and birds and stuff. But it's awesome. It's gory. Oh my God, is it gory like that? It's a Watership Down is also gory, so it's just you see it drawn out, and that's kind of an intense experience. Squarriors definitely has a serious side to it. It's almost predominantly serious, and I've always had a thing with mice. You know, you had Fievel, you had a bunch of different, you know, books and movies and TV shows as kids that starred, you know, little rodents and stuff. So seeing them in a violent context like this, and squirrels, you know, which are genuinely kind of cute, and they don't lose their cuteness here. I mean, they're still squirrels. They look, you know, like squirrels, but it's a hell of a, you know, juxtaposition to see these animals basically having a Warriors type comic, with no holds barred and blood and full extremities, and have it be animals. And that's it so far. I've only read the first issue. I'll tell you where else it goes later, but definitely a recommendation for this week. And that does it for this week's holiday edition of Indie Spotlight. Be on the lookout soon for my Best of 2014 feature, as well as some follow-ups on Nowhere Man, Concrete Martians, Heroes for Hire, just all that good stuff, and certainly more Bullet Gal. But again, this has been Sean Perry, a proud and happy, merry member of the Bleeding Cool gang, saying thank you for being a part of this magical year that was 2014. I have enjoyed the heck out of talking and reviewing all these great artists who have the courage to put themselves out there and make those stories possible, and it's given me the motivation to make things move along for myself. I have a couple of stories I'm working on right now, and hopefully I'll have not a place, I won't review one of mine in Indie Spotlight, but hopefully I'll have something else to talk about come next New York Comic Con or San Diego Comic Con. But as for now, I'm very happy and proud to be a part of the Bleeding Cool family. So with that, I wish you a Merry Christmas, have a great day, and well, since you're probably reading this after Christmas, happy holidays and Happy New Year.